in the building, man. And matter of fact, my man Armando's supposed to pop up on here too with us and talk a little bit about this fight, man. But we got Charlo, man, coming up this weekend. They're fighting at, what are they fighting at? I think it's super lightweight. I think Charlo's going up like 2 weight divisions, man. And he's Canelo's minus 430. Charles is plus 300, you know what I'm saying? 10 and a half rounds is the over and the under. What was I gonna say? Excited about this fight. It could turn out longer than we expect, but honestly, with him moving up 2 weight classes and how hard Canelo hits, I don't see this working out too well for Charlo. And it was supposed to be his brother, but it's him. But I mean, it's opportunity. But at the same time, I've seen Canelo lose fights before, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's invincible. It's not like he can't be beaten. But when I seen him lose, it was obviously to Floyd Mayweather. And then when he went up those weight classes, what Charlo's doing, which is not a good look, that heavier man laid on him and beat him up and gave him it was too much for him to handle. It was a lot of problems. So
true.
Just, you know, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think Charlo has more than a puncher's chance. I'm not finna go out there and disrespect that man like that at all. You know what I'm saying? He's a champion too, doing this thing, man. But I'm gonna have to go with Canelo on this one. I'm just nervous about that 2 weight class jump, man. That's the big thing, you know what I'm saying? That's the big thing, and it just for the fight, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
You can't come to somebody's backyard and expect to just come in there and dominate. You can't come to somebody's house and expect to just punk them. You come in Canelo's world. This is where he dominates at in this weight class. And he's going to show you why he dominates this weight class.
Yeah, it's a risky fight to go up 2 weight classes, and then you're fighting one of the best fighters in boxing right now. And the Charlo is. I have a little bias against the Charlo twins because I think they're charismatic guys that are really talented, and I feel like and they're American. They could have been twins, boxing champions could have been huge. And I just feel like their careers have been mismanaged. And like they're coming up possibly on the end of their careers. So now they're going after these big money fights. And for a while they could have, I just feel like they could have been superstars with the talent that they have. And so for him to go up 2 weight classes is risky. I think the one big question for me for this fight is, can he handle Canelo's punch in that division? That's a huge question mark for me. If he can handle it, because at some point Canelo is going to get it. At some point, within 12 rounds, at one point Canelo is going to hurt him because he just has that kind of power. Can Charlo handle that power? That's my big question. I think he's faster than Canelo, but Canelo timing can beat speed. He's really good at timing when he wants to be. Other times, if he's not afraid of his power, that's another thing. If his power doesn't go up and it doesn't transfer to that weight class and Canelo takes a shot and it doesn't do anything to him, it's a long night. It's a long night. So he's got to be on it. He's got to be jabbing constantly in Canelo's face and staying at range. Do not get on. There's a lot of guys that say that Charlo has a better inside game, and I kind of question that logic, because I think Canelo's got a better game on the inside. But that's the debate, right? Whose assets are better at this point? And I just feel that the weight classes are there for a reason. Canelo did it. He just went up 1 and he got his ass beat. Weight matters in boxing, and so that's the big question for me on this fight.
Yeah, that's a huge question, man. Huge question. Mannie, man, how you feel about it, man?
I feel that Charlo just like Armando said, it's just about the money. It's not about him being able to win. If he wins, that's a plus for him, but he's only doing it for the money. Like he's a boxer. He's been boxing for a while. Going up 2 weight classes to fight somebody that's actually a power hitter. That's not what you do. Like if you're gonna make your way up there, then you go through one weight class, start at the bottom, build yourself up, get to the top of that, and like that, you just don't go up two weight classes and then go to the top. So it's just a money
Right.
grab, and he knows that he's gonna get knocked out. So I'm saying knocked out in the eighth round. Canelo's
Eighth
gonna win this
round
fight.
knockout. Okay, Manny, with the eighth round knockout prediction. Listen, sounds very real. It can happen. It sounds very real because like Mondo said, we're gonna see how he handles those shots, and who knows if he can handle the shots. And if he can't handle the shots, he can definitely take one in the eighth and have a seat, depending on what happens the previous 7 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I forgot you were saying it is definitely a money grab. You know what I mean? But here's the thing I wanted to ask you, like, even though it's a money grab, it's still a good fight. Who else would Canelo? I mean, besides maybe trying to fight the guy that had beat him already, but he'd have to go up in a weight class again. But besides that, like, is there a better person out there for Canelo really to fight or better match? You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, this is the thing from a business side. I mean, Canelo's in control, right? And everybody wants him to fight Benavidez. I want to see that fight. That's a fight
Oh,
you want to see.
hold up. You're absolutely right. That's a better fight, but go ahead.
That's a better fight. The thing is, Canelo's got 3 fights left. That's it, right? So if you're him, who's going to make you the most money? That's what he's going to go after. He's got 3 fights to make as much money as possible. So if you don't have a name and you're not going to bring a draw, he's probably not going to fight you because he wants the 3 big fights.
Now, is this one of the 3?
On a money side for Benavidez, I see the thing is if you're a boxing head, you follow boxing, you know that's the fight, right? And that's the fight that everybody wants to see. But is Benavidez big enough to draw in the sideline boxing fans that come in for big fights? And when you hit that level, that's when you cross over to like big money, right? And so opponents make fights, right? Mikey Garcia made the Spence fight interesting, right? That's and I know Spence gets the credit for it, but at the same time, it's always the opponent, right? So like this opponent is very intriguing. It's an American fighter, America versus Mexico. You know, I feel like they've done well with the promotion. I heard that they sold out $20 million gate. That's insane. Steven Espinoza today, it was hilarious. He went back at Dana White because Dana White said he's taken over all the Mexican holidays, or he wants to be on those dates now. Well, Espinoza came back and said that he read out that they made $20 million at the gate, which is insane. And then basically said that UFC has never had a $20 million gate, kind of slapping back at him because he thinks, or basically they're going to go head to head boxing on Mexican Independence Day versus MMA from now on. And so shots fired from Showtime at UFC. It was kind of funny. It was like out of nowhere, Showtime fires back at UFC. It's like, what? Now there's a tiff. It's weird.
Because I heard that they thought this fight was supposed to happen on Mexican's Independence Day.
Yeah, and Canelo moved it for him for whatever reason. There may be other reasons that I haven't heard. So, I don't want to say I'm an expert on that because I really didn't have time to research that side of it, just from what I've heard from bloggers and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where Canelo's got to get those paydays. And so who's going to do that for him? I mean, Terrence Crawford does it for him. It does. That's a big money fight. Now Terrence is a superstar. He's been on Good Morning America. I mean, now he's crossed over, right? And so when he fights, it's going to be a big deal. So I don't see that Canelo Terrence Crawford being out of the question because it's a massive payday for both of them.
I did hear something about that. I did hear something. Huh?
What's that?
Is that Canelo coming down in weight?
No, that's Terrence going up.
Yeah, I did hear something about they said Terrence said he wanted to fight him and go up in weight to fight Canelo. I don't know how true that is, but I did hear something about that.
So is this Charlo fight one of the 3 fights?
Yes. It's a 3-fight deal with PBC, and fighters never, they change their mind all the time. This may not be his last 3 fights, but if that's his thinking and that's what his wife wants him, and the family's like, that's enough, man. You've been doing this since you're 15 years old. Let's get out of the game. That could be his thinking. 3 fights, 3 big paydays. Charlo's going to give him a big payday. Who's next? Is it going to be Crawford, or is he going to save Crawford?
Do you think that one of his fights should be bringing Mayweather out of retirement and getting a rematch?
Floyd's not going to do that.
That would be huge. I honestly, I think Mayweather, he loves money. He loves money.
He loves money.
But he's not crazy though. He's not crazy though. He's not crazy, bro. He's not crazy, bro.
He would get Canelo to come down in weight. Like Floyd would be every trick in the book to get an advantage.
Yep.
That's the only way he would fight him. He's got a dehydration clause or a rehydration clause. He's gonna have a weight class clause. I mean, it'll be across the board. All these things to disable Canelo. The contract would be hilarious.
Yeah,
so I don't think that's
not happening. So I'm saying if with Benavidez, he just needs to fight more. I think he would be able to draw that crowd. But the last time I seen him fight when was his last fight?
Actually, the last fight was a really good fight. He fought, what's his name? Damn, drawing a blank.
Recently,
Vegas. A couple months ago. Hold on, that's gonna annoy me.
Yeah, pull that up one time, and then what I'm saying.
It was a good fight, and I'm blanking on the name right now. I bet.
Because I don't know if I remember his last fight. I thought I watched it, but I might have missed it. But we all got Canelo across the board winning that fight this Saturday. Correct, fellas? Mannie got the 8th round knockout. What you got? You got decision? What you got, man? Mondo?
Man, it's tough because Charlo he's got the skill set. Does he have the mindset, because I've never really seen him. I to this point, I feel like he could have fought so many better fighters. And so I've never really seen him. I don't think he's on Canelo's level. And the disadvantage of 2 weight classes, I just think it's going to be too much for him. He's probably going to win the first few rounds, maybe 4, even 5 rounds. And then all of a sudden Canelo's just going to surprise him. And then it's going to be a beatdown from that point forward because of the weight difference. And he's not, I don't think he's going to be able to handle the power. I think it's a short night it's not going 12. I think he's going to knock him out. And I'm saying that because of the weight difference. It's just going to be, I just really think it'll be too much for him.
Okay. So, I mean, we shall see it. It will be interesting. And yeah, I think I got Canelo winning, but I got it going at least into the 10th round. 10th round. I got 10th round. It'll maybe make it through the 10th round, and maybe not. But 10th round is where I say it's going to be probably his demise. So I give it 10th round knockout. Canelo.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he caught Canelo once. I mean, I know he's for the most part, Canelo will probably walk it off, or it'll be like a flash knockdown or so. I wouldn't be surprised because Canelo's not the Canelo of a couple years ago, right?
Seen him lose.
Right.
So the game plan has been laid out for him, right?
Right. I was gonna just say that Charlo kind of follows that Floyd game plan. You know what I'm saying? He might be able to get out of there with the dub. Yeah. But at the same time, Canelo's a way smarter fighter than was when he fought Floyd at that age.
100%. Just his head movement alone, it gets tiring missing, right? He makes guys miss. So don't discount, like, if you're jabbing and missing him because he's doing that thing he does, that's tiring, and then he's going to have that extra weight on him. He doesn't know in a real fight yet what it's like to fight at that weight, right? Against a premier fighter. And he doesn't know.
And then just look at how smart, even though he's better now, but look how smart he was when he fought Floyd. It wasn't like that, he fought Floyd and he didn't know what he was doing. He was already showing the world where where he is now back then.
Yeah.
He just Floyd was just a little bit smarter than he was.
Oh yeah. That he took the fight too young.
Yeah.
Floyd being the master of timing knew
Mhm.
that fan base. I mean, he was being if he would have beat Floyd, I mean, Floyd wouldn't have taken the fight if he didn't know that he could beat him easily. But it's all about timing for that fight.
Mhm.
An experienced Canelo now, it would have been a much closer fight. I still think Floyd would have beat him, but at that weight class. But I still think it would have been a much closer fight if it was a more developed, actually prime Canelo. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
money wise, for Canelo, it's just he's in the same game Floyd was at the end. How much money can I make? That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, we'll keep you guys updated this Saturday, man. It's going all the way down. Showtime Boxing, Canelo versus Charlo. Both eight rappers, both boxers are. I think they're both 33. What was I just looking at right now? Just a quick little preview. Both of them are 33. Um, there it is.
yeah, I think Charlo's just a little bit taller too.
Charlo's taller, 5'11". He's got to reach 73 inches, so he's got about a 2.5-inch reach over him. But Charlo's 35, 1-1. Canelo's 59, 2-2. So that experience right there is a major advantage, man. I'm telling you, the more fights you get in, the more experience you have. You become more of a hell of a fighter every time because you
Smarter.
experience differentness. You're smarter, and a smart, not old fighter is a dangerous fighter because even if you get older and you're smarter, like as you get older, you know what I'm saying, even me playing basketball, I don't play as hard. I play as hard, I just don't play as fast as I used to as when I was younger. I play a lot smarter now, you know what I'm saying? And if I was this smart when I was that young, I'd have been a dope ass player. But Canelo's still kind of young, and he's all that experience since he's been fighting since he's been so young, still makes him a hell of a fighter and gives him a large advantage over Charlo, especially somebody that's fought 37 times to somebody that's fought 63, 64 times. So that's just double the experience, man. So yeah, we got Jesus Ramos undefeated going against Erickson Lubin. We got I didn't know Udonis Ugas is fighting against Mario Barrios and Elijah Garcia against Armando Resendiz.
I'm interested in that Ugas fight. I think that's gonna be a good fight. That may be a runner up to fight of the night. I think it's gonna be interesting because Ugas is like one of those guys. The trainer was telling me that he's an overachiever, meaning that the height of his success, he's just like just got Manny Pacquiao at the right time, got his belts. It's just one of those things. You beat Manny Pacquiao, your status rises in the boxing world. And so I don't think that I don't see his ceiling rising anymore. I think he's such a nice guy. He's well trained. I just think at his age he's in his latter part of his career, but it's going to be it's going to be a good fight because his last fight was Spence, right? So, and before that it was Pacquiao. So he's fought at a high level. It's going to be a fun fight for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Still going to be a dope fight, man. I didn't know he was up there. He's 37, man. So he's definitely towards the end of his career, man. But
and he's Cuban, so he's fought, since he was a little kid. So he's been fighting a long time. So.
Right.
Okay. Shit. Any more boxing you want to talk about before we get over to this NBA? Because we got a major trade to talk about.
Oh, that's right. No, that's it, man. It's gonna be a good weekend. It's always fun when Canelo fights. Vegas is always packed. It's a good place to be when there's a big fight, and Canelo's no exception, man.
I heard he's already in town.
That's right. He did his press conference today.
Yep.
He was kind of talking shit. He's like, "Why is Charlo being so nice to me?" Because before the before the actual fight was made, he was always talking shit, and now he's like, he's being very super respectful. It's weird. He's not the same shit talker, and so people are like, is it head games or is he kind of intimidated by the whole thing? Because he's not being himself. It's weird. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's going to be a head game.
I don't think it's a head game, man, because I think if you never played head games really and you always were yourself, I think you'd be yourself. And if you're not yourself, like I don't think it's like trying to play head games with Floyd. Like you think that shit's really gonna work, Conor McGregor? Like it'll be entertaining, but that's just not gonna work against this kind of boxer.
No.
So maybe he's just like, you know what? Maybe he won't break my face if I don't get disrespectful. Maybe he won't care. I don't know.
Because Canelo will punish guys.
He's scared. I can say he's scared, but I don't know. It's a good. That's a good observation. That's a great observation.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Canelo noticed it was making it a story because it's weird why he was so chill. He's not that way normally. So we'll see. Maybe it's too much for him.
They're gonna fuck around and come out together. Like Canelo's gonna be like, "You cool? You want to just walk out together, bro? We can just go to the ring together."
Right?
First time ever, we have both fighters. Like, whoa, is this WWF now? What do we got going on?
Yeah, I mean, do you think? Now that I think about it, do you think if that's real and he's kind of nervous, if Canelo could just blow him out of the water?
Yeah, man. If he's really that nervous like that, or I mean, it could. This is what I think it is. I don't think he's nervous. I think that he knows that this is the biggest fight of his life, and that it's going to be a hell of a fight. So I need to be extra focused now. You know what I'm saying? And extra like I don't even have time to waste energy on thinking, oh, this and that. I'm just so tunnel vision focused right now that I seem like that I don't want to talk or I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's really focused on what he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He sat down and he looked at some Canelo fights and was like, yo, I signed up for this with this guy. That's what it is.
He gonna call
why y'all stop me?
He gonna hit his brother on fight night like, hey, how much you weigh, dog? Hey, you want to switch this out?
Right? You should be in the ring.
It's supposed to be you.
Right?
It's supposed to be you.
Holy shit! Yeah, so this could be like Ryan Garcia versus Tank, like that kind of bad night for him.
Man, dog. I mean, it could be, and I don't want to say this one has more potential of this happening, but it might even have more potential of that happening than that fight had happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't think it just depends how Charlo plays it. I personally don't think he's gonna go out there getting cocky and swinging for the fences. I think he's gonna play it smart and safe because he has no other choice. You went up 2 weight classes. You can't go out there acting like you the big dog. That's gonna be very detrimental and it's gonna be a huge mistake. So you're gonna have to definitely ease into it a little bit and see how it goes, see how you feel with the punches, and then move forward from there. But it's
that's crazy because guys who are that weight say Canelo punches hard.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, man. If he catches a body shot, I think he might drop him with a body shot. I think that is the probability is like high.
That long torso.
And when you get hit by somebody that has power, it changes your whole game plan. Sugar Shane Mosley said when he fought Pacquiao, he had a game plan until he felt that power of that right hand, and he said that his whole game changed was to never get hit by that right hand again.
He wanted to quit in the corner. The power was so strong. Remember that? His trainer was like, "No, we ain't built like that. Get your ass back in there."
He's like, "I'm done. I'm old. That shit hurt. It's hurting." Here, you switch that one round. Look at it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, buddy. Well, yeah, hell of a fight going on this weekend, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned. We will keep you guys updated.
All right, I'm gonna hop out here. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, thanks for
anytime.
So every time we say his name, now you can put a face to the name. That's my man's in them.
Right?
All right, you
All
guys
right, big dog.
continue.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. With that being said, NBA, y'all, man. Damian Lillard finally got his wishes, finally got traded, man. 3-team trade with not the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns, man. So Damian Lillard, he's going over to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Blazers are letting go of Jokic, and they are receiving Drew Holiday and DeAndre Ayton. Jokic is going over to the Suns, which is actually a good look because I think Jokic is a better center than DeAndre Ayton, and the height is a good look. And I think that's a good piece for the Suns.
I got the whole deal right here. The whole deal how it happened. So
go ahead, go over it. Go ahead. I'm gonna
Drew Holiday
to you.
Yeah, Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, and Tsunami Kamara. They're going to the Blazers, as well as the 2029 unprotected first round pick and unprotected swap rights in 2028 and 2030. And then the Suns get Jurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. So that's huge. Dame in Milwaukee with Giannis, with Brooke Lopez, with Chris Middleton. That's man. That's yeah. And now they went from 7-1 odds to winning the finals to 4-1 odds to winning the finals. Like they literally locked all of the future bets in the NBA when this trade happened, and they had to rework everything.
So, with that being said, with those trades being made, where does that leave each team? Does that leave Milwaukee winning the East off top? Does that put Milwaukee in the finals off top? Does that
I don't.
trade? Does that
I'm
trade
not
make
saying the
sense?
finals, but I'm saying a 97.6% chance of being in the finals.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna be honest with you. With that 5 that you just named, and they still got Portis. The Bucks gave up really nobody, and they gave up like a future first round pick. But
Yeah,
they really gave up really nobody. Grayson Allen, and I mean not Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was actually great on defense. He was actually a good piece on defense. Probably a better defender than Damian Lillard. If you ask me, I would say Drew Holiday's a better defender, but obviously not a better scorer.
I also heard that it's a possibility that Portland buys out Drew Holiday contract, make him a free agent, and he can sign back with the Bucks if he does that.
And I would do that because that would be a great backup.
Or so you'll have they'll put Drew as the 1. They'll put Drew as the 1, Dame as the 2, Middleton as the 3, Giannis as the 4, Brook Lopez as the 5. That's a starting lineup for you.
But you know, Dame got a lightweight, have the ball in his hand a little bit, dog. So it's
but he's
gonna
a
be
scorer. He's not a facilitator. He's a scorer. So that's why he'll play the 2 as a shooting guard because he can score from that position.
Okay. Well, especially if they get Drew back, then I'm gonna definitely say the Bucks are going to the finals. With the Suns, I do think this is a move that makes them better, not worse. I think the Suns, depending on who they play, what's going on, I think that this definitely gives them a chance to at least go to the Western Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? But they already had that before.
They have a center. They have a center, but like we was talking about earlier at the job, they don't really have a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to facilitate them? I was saying Grayson Allen, but they let me know the Grayson Allen he could play point guard, but he's more of a scorer than he is a facilitator. So
right. I mean, he can bring the ball up court, but he ain't the dude I want to bring up the ball up court. I'd rather have a real point guard bringing the ball up court. I mean, I'd rather have Devin Booker bringing the ball up court than Grayson Allen, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they want Devin to bring up the ball, or you know what I'm saying. So we'll see how that works out. Oh yeah, Jimmy did say that they were that what did he say? He said that the Bucks were tampering.
Yeah, he said NBA you should check the Bucks for tampering. But if you looked at the video, he had a little smile on his face. He was joking because he was mad because Dame didn't come down there.
Of course, he's absolutely mad for that. But you know, Jimmy ain't no snitch like that, I don't think.
But what do you think about Miami now since this trade happened? What does it do to them as a team?
I mean, Miami. They're gonna get Tyler Hero back now. If Duncan Robinson can keep shooting how he shot, and then keep shooting, and Tyler comes back, and they get their old selves of them old flashes of when they're looking like young Stephen Clay. I think the Miami Heat will be all right. I don't think they'll beat the Bucks. The Giannis, you gotta understand, non-hurt Giannis is pretty much the best player in the NBA because no one could stop him, and then he could probably defend your best player too. That's where I really break it down to, like when it comes to like best players, you know what I'm saying, or who has the advantage in a series. When I go through the team and I'm like, okay, if there's a player that you can't stop, that's on the opposition and can hold your best player and stop that person, that they have the clear advantage over the series. Like no one can stop Jokic, you know what I'm saying? And their defense, he was stopping a lot of them other centers. And I was like, with this recipe right here, and plus what they're doing, it's gonna be very, very hard to beat. Damn near impossible to beat, man.
You think that the Suns getting Nurkic is gonna be a contender with the Nuggets in the West?
Well, just with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant alone, yes, but Jokic, yes, Jokic makes it closer, but the Suns still just don't have enough. The Nuggets are hella deep.
They got Bradley Beal too in the Suns.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Suns did get Bradley Beal. Yeah, I mean they're looking good. They're I ain't gonna lie, that's a hot four, just like the Bucks got a couple players. They're moving now from the big three to the big four now, man. So
With me, the way I look at it
just
for
once that
the
bench goes away, dog, unless they got somebody wrong with the bench team, the Suns are still gonna be hurt when they go to the bench.
the
But go ahead.
yeah, the Nuggets, if Bobby Porter, I mean if Michael Porter Jr. come back to his old form, like how he played before he got injured, they're gonna be scared. They're gonna be as scary as the Bucks is now with Dame. If he comes back to that form, they're going to be that scary because you got a 6'10" defender that can shoot the ball and be off the dribble and rebound when he wants to.
Who you talking about again?
Porter
Oh,
for
oh,
the
oh,
Nuggets.
oh. Once again, the Nuggets are the deepest team. They got squad, even though they lost Brown. I think they
Yeah.
still they still are amazingly deep, bro. Like they have a bench. Their bench could be a starting five somewhere else. Like
Mhm.
the Denver, they got depth. They got depth, man, and that's really that to me nowadays. That's what gets you. You know what I'm saying? If you got a second team that can come in and run as well as the first team, if not, pick up the first team and get them going and then let them come back and do their thing. That's winning basketball because it's a game of runs. But now, can you get these guys to go on these runs? So, depth is what makes me make the decision after the starting five. What your bench look like, and if you got a
Basketball
crazy bench
season
like the Nuggets do, you win champion.
definitely done picked up. Basketball has definitely is picked up in the last 10 hours. It has definitely picked up and changed a lot. So,
Yeah, and we got about almost a little bit less than 10 days before the preseason of basketball NBA starts.
yeah,
So
I think it's 9 days exactly before preseason starts.
9 days exactly. So make sure y'all get ready for that because this is going down. it's let that player heal, because that injury can either allow that person never to be the same or just extend that injury and prolong that player not be able to do what he does. So just let him sit down and rest. Don't Kawhi Leonard the situation, but definitely let him, don't rush it back. Joe Burrow, don't rush it back. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers, you're sitting out, but don't rush it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could play, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? But I hate players who play injured and then are more of they hurt their team more than they help their team because they're injured and they're out there trying to play.
Not to go back, but another person that tried to come in before Travis Hunter. So he told Dion after the Oregon loss, he was like, "I'm good, coach. I can come back in. I want to play." And Dion told him, said, "Nah, I care about you more than I care about winning and losing the game. You're gonna sit out for the 4 weeks you're supposed to, get to 100%, and then we'll let you in. It's not about us winning or losing game. It's about me caring about you as a person and you being the person that you're supposed to be." So shout out to Dion for that.
And you have to be, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're gonna get a player that's not the player that he was, because they're trying to, do something that they shouldn't be doing, man. You gotta take these injuries a little bit more seriously. Let them sit down. And I'm a firm believer in next man up. Here's your shot. Here's your shot to prove to the world who you are. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and do it, or go out there and get exposed. But one of the two is gonna happen. One of the two is gonna happen. So